What's going on, guys? We are back with another video for UFC 263. We got an unbelievably stacked card. We got 3 5-round fights. We got prelim fights that are entertaining. We got early prelim fights that are entertaining. I think we're in for a long night of fun this Saturday, brother. What are your thoughts?
Bro, my thoughts are I'm missing this weekend. I'm gonna be out of town. So
Oh, I completely forgot. Literally just now I remembered that you're going fucking floating or whatever.
yeah, camping and floating this weekend. So I'm gonna be out of town.
It's
I
okay.
want to have it set to record. So I'm not gonna miss these fights. I'm gonna try
Wonderful.
not to look at the results while I'm out
Good luck
there.
with that. It always fucking
But
happens. Good luck with that.
but we both know I'm gonna look at these results. I'm gonna try watching it in the fucking middle of the woods somewhere, trying to
Didn't
get
What was
far.
the fight last time that you were like on a boat or something and you had like absolutely no service, but you were able to like connect to Wi-Fi just long enough to watch a fight? What was that? Was that Connor
It was
or Jorge?
It may have been Connor. It was when Jorge knocked out Damien or Ben Askren within that 5 second.
Okay, nice, nice. Yeah, that's funny because I was in
So I
Chicago when that happened.
so yeah, that one was cool. So this week's fights are fucking great.
Oh yeah,
Let's jump
man.
right into it. We have kicking off the main card with some light heavyweights, Paul Craig and Jamal Hill.
Yeah,
Uh, Craig, who did he just beat?
he beat the shit out of Mauricio Shogun Hua in his last fight. And I think if I remember correctly, Shogun tapped to strikes because he was getting fucked up in that fight. Paul Craig's a savage, man. He's really tough dude. Their first fight went to a draw. It was a war. But I think he's probably just I don't know. I don't think he has it, man. His UFC career is like 6-4 and then that draw. 33 years old, and it's like you're already coming to probably towards the last couple years of your prime, and you haven't quite made it, even though you've been in the industry for as long as you have. And just from watching him, he's like I say, he's entertaining. He's in wars. He's a really tough dude. I like Jamal Hill, man. He's a good fighter, big, long, strong fighter. Now I don't know, man. Yeah, Paul Craig's very experienced. That's the one thing that when I watch Jamal Hill, I'm like, he needs to still get his experience under his belt. He's good, but he's not as experienced. And like you can pick up little things when he fights that you're like, oh, he looks like, it was a little bit not risky, but wasn't as polished as it might have, should have been in that fight. With OSP, they had a good fight. He played the range game a lot. We'll see, man. Up until now, honestly, up until just now when I started speaking, I had Jamal Hill winning, but then I mean, experience plays such a big factor. I might switch over and it's the one non-favorite that I'll pick, but I'll pick Paul Craig.
Yeah, Paul Craig. I'm going Hill on this one. Um, he he's been on a streak beating some of
Hmm.
these tough fuckers. So
Yeah, I mean, he's undefeated, I believe. Yeah,
8-0-0-1 with no contest.
yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, man. He's good. Don't get me wrong. It's just I don't think Paul Craig is too far gone that he like is going to fight bad, and I don't think this is an easy fight by any means for Jamal Hill.
Right.
I think Craig's just experienced enough
Just
and tough enough that Hill won't be able to get him out of there. And it's going to be a long night, probably near the third round. I think Hill is going to pull away and get that win because really outside of OSP,
doesn't have
Hill
any big name.
he doesn't have any big names. He doesn't have anything super impressive. Obviously he's got knockout power. A lot of the guys his size do. The OSP win, that's nice. We'll give him that. But also like OSP hasn't been doing as well as he should either. He's towards the end of his career. He's 38 years of age. Man, I honestly
Yeah,
think Paul Craig
just
might
the
be able to
fucking the
pull this one
first
away.
card, dude. Just the first fight, right? Fuck.
Yeah.
We're thinking
The rest of
ourselves,
it,
dude.
the rest
I'm
of it, I
going.
know what I'm choosing, man. Even like, but this one, I was speaking with a buddy of mine earlier yesterday, and he was like, I think I'm going all favorites on my picks. I was like, me too, honestly. But yeah, I'm switching it up last minute. I'm gonna go Paul Craig on this one, brother.
Cool. We got Hill. You got Craig. Let's jump on
Yes,
to this
sir.
next fight, we have Damian Maya and Balal Muhammad. Bro, this I think this will be the most boring fight of the whole card.
Do you?
I
How dare you?
think so. Dude, look who you have fighting after
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Dude.
you're right. You're right.
Like,
yeah. You're right.
like look
That's
who you
funny.
have. So both guys are great grapplers. Both guys will go to distance. On this one here, um, I'm going Muhammad. I'm going Bilal on this one.
Yeah,
Decision
yeah,
win
man.
for him.
Like joking aside, you're right. I mean, the Paul Craig, Jamal Hill, like we said, Paul Craig's in wars. Leon, Nate, everything Nate's in is a war. Figueiredo and Moreno was contender for fight of the year last year. Vettori Israel is going to be also. We'll get to that, but yeah, I think you're right. It probably will be the most It won't be as exciting as the other ones, but still a good fight. I'm going Bilal Muhammad as well. I thought he looked really good against Leon Edwards before he had the eye poke thing. He didn't look like he was going to win that fight, but he looked like he was holding his own against a top 3 guy in the division. And I don't know what Bilal's ranked. It's like 10 or 12 or who knows, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, I think they might honestly avoid the grappling. Like when Damian Maya and Ben Askren went at it, they avoided the grappling until the very end. And I think Bilal is more polished. I think he's more technical. I think he's gonna get the unanimous. I don't think he's gonna knock out Maya, but I think he's gonna
No,
get the unanimous decision.
I don't know. I was looking at Muhammad's last couple years.
Hmm.
He's been knocked out a couple of times, I think twice, and then
Okay.
most of his last wins have been all decision. So he'll go to distance and grind it out. So
Who was? Oh man, now I'm drawing a blank. Who he had a fight right before. If I'm able to find it before I finish the sentence, I'll do that. But I'm also looking at Damian Maya's record right now. It's not bad.
Lima,
Yeah, was it against Lima? Douglas Lima's brother, whatever his name is. Yeah, what's his name did really good with his pressure on him. His wrestling was great in that. I guess the pressure is just the big motive or the big thing to take away from that fight. He stayed on him. He did just constantly working, which is great. That's going to be good against Damian Maya here. But like I said, I don't think he'll want to go to the ground with him. Maya's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is next level. So I think, I think they'll probably try to stay standing for most part. A couple scrambles here and there, but then unanimous decision win by Bilal Muhammad.
yeah, it's that again. Like I said earlier, it's gonna be the most boring fight of the card out of the main card there.
Right.
But still, fucking battle. I believe Muhammad deserves a rematch against Leon.
I don't. That's interesting, though. I just noticed they have the same record. Leon and Bilal are 18-3 and 1 no contest.
Yep.
Listen, man, it was dope of Bilal to step up on short notice against Leon. Had it not been a short notice replacement of whoever it was at the time, I can't remember, he would have never fought Leon there, at least at that time. Leon was like number 3 in the world. Bilal was whatever he was ranked at the time, like I said, 10 or 12, I can't recall. Fight shouldn't have happened. The only reason it did is Bilal was tough enough to step in short notice. He held his own, but he was losing that fight in the first place. So to remake the fight that he shouldn't have gotten originally. Now, had he, let's say you step in short notice. Okay, like Moreno. Well, no, Moreno wasn't a short notice step in, but let's say you step in short notice and you take it to the guy. You go all the way to unanimous decision. You lose a split decision. All right, run that shit back, maybe.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he got eye poked, so we don't know how that would have, So regardless, jumping onto the middle of the card, we have Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz. Man, this is gonna be a brawl.
Yeah.
And it's 5 rounds.
Yeah, which is funny. Nate cracks me up, man. I really like the Diaz brothers. And Nick's always fun to watch. Nate's always fun to watch, but I don't like the over hype on Nate Diaz. He's good, but he's a 50-50 fighter. He gained, everyone knew him before, obviously great submissions, great cardio, very volume heavy. But what blew Nate Diaz up to stardom, he stepped in short notice against Conor McGregor, who just won the 145-pound belt. So you stepped in short notice, 25 pounds heavier than a guy. Yeah, he was going up to 55, and whatever Nate was walking around at, they decided to catch weight at 170, and you beat him. Like, all right, And then the second fight was fabulous, but once again, much bigger guy. Much bigger Nate Diaz. And then what happened after that? He lost the Conor fight. Fought Anthony Pettis. Good fight. Pettis is a tough dude. Pettis broke his hand or whatever. Lost that fight. But look where's Pettis now. After that, fought Jorge Masvidal. Got the living shit beat out of him. I don't care what anyone says that Masvidal was slowing down in third. Nate was getting the shit beat out of him. He lost every round of that fight. He was going to lose the next 2 rounds of that fight. Thank God the doctor stopped it for his, or he might not have an eye today. Detaching that shit. I like their personality. I like that they're tough as nails. I like that, I like the Diaz brothers. I just don't think Nate's as good as people think he is. I think Leon's going to go in there, put on a freaking clinic. Leon is so technical. He's so good. I don't think Nate's going to be able to tire him out. And I think, Nate might pull away like 1 round, but for the most part, unanimous decision, Leon Edwards with the win.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm jumping the same boat as you. Would I like to see Nate beat him? Yes. 100%. Would love to see him beat him. Will it happen? Probably not.
If Nate beat Leon and then got to fight the winner of Colby and Kamaru, that'd be fucking crazy.
Hey, we can only dream, But I'm jumping the same boat as you. I'm going decision Leon on this one.
Yeah.
Let's jump up to the co-main event.
I got this one. I got this one. Co-main event. We got Deiveson Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno. I really like this fight. You remember the first one?
Oh, dude, the first one was a fucking battle back in November, I believe it was. November, December.
Incredible. I can't remember. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Great banger. That first one was I think they both fought on the same fight card. Both won, and then they both got offered this fight 21 days later. They had their war. Supposedly, Deiveson was in the hospital the night before their fight and stuff. I don't know if that was before or after weigh-in. Either way, that's not easy to do. And then, supposedly there's talks that Moreno didn't believe him, that he was actually sick. And he was just saying that was an excuse. But it's so funny if you watch the countdown in the embedded. Moreno's the nicest guy ever. He's a sweet dude. I think his nickname's Crybaby or something. He collects Legos. He collects them funky pop things, He's just such a really nice guy. Yeah, exactly. Really nice guy. And then Figueiredo's just this killer. And he's just he fucking hates him, which is crazy. How can you hate Brandon Moreno? But Figueiredo's he disrespected me by saying that I lied about this and that. He said that Brandon Moreno oversold the nut shots that caused Deiveson Figueiredo to lose a point in that fight. And he's yeah, he was.
If I get kicked in the fucking nuts, I'm going down. I'm fucking crying. Fuck off, dude.
Yeah, he's he was coughing and being extra. It's you got him in the nuts, but it's man, it's just so funny how much bad blood there is on one side, and Moreno is just whatever. I think Figueiredo is going to go out and he's going to win this time. I think the first time it was short notice. Figueiredo's too big of a guy to be doing that short notice of a weight cut. You know what I'm saying? Because after he fought that day, even after he was hospitalized or whatever, he probably put back on a shit ton of weight, and then within 21 days had to recut that weight again. If anyone remembers when Tony Ferguson made his weight cut for the Khabib fight that was canceled, even though he didn't need to, it was canceled, and he still chose to make the weight. And then he went and fought Justin Gaethje and did it again, and people were that probably wasn't a good idea. I don't think it was for Figueiredo either. I think he was feeling the effects of the weight cut, feeling the effects of whatever hospitalization.
So you think
Moreno's tough though?
Finishes him?
I don't know, because Moreno's so tough, man. He was eating those punches left and right. I think it'll go to decision again, but it'll be more obvious that Figueiredo wins this time, in my opinion. I don't think Moreno's going to go out and beat him.
I think he does beat him. I think he can get him because in the first fight he had him in a submission. I believe it was a guillotine or something. First or second round.
I remember that.
He slipped out of Davison slipped out of it and was saved. I think Moreno can get him in that submission and submit him. I believe it's going to happen I get 2.5, 3, second and third round somewhere in there.
Listen, God of War is my favorite video game, so I can't go against Davison Figueiredo on this one. But I'm super excited for that fight. Probably more than the Leon and Nate fight, even though that one's fucking awesome too. It's always great to see Nate. Super excited for that fight. But obviously, we'll see how that one goes. Leading into the main event of the night, the one we've been waiting for, we got Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya, and Marvin. I don't even know his name. Rocco Vettori. I forget his nickname. This is.
I have no idea what his nickname is.
I want to say it's Rocco, but that might just be because he's Italian. Is the Italian stallion too obvious? Other names: the Italian Dream, Angry Marvin. What the fuck?
Angry Marvin Italia. That's it.
I don't know why I thought it was Rock. No, Rocco is a fighter in the UFC. I'm tripping. Who cares? Well, Darren Till would call him the orc from Lord of the Rings, but he's Did you rewatch their first, or do you remember their first fight? It's on YouTube, so I rewatched it yesterday just to brush up.
I watched it, but I don't really remember it. I know it went down decision, and Izzy pulled it off.
In the countdown, in the embedded in interviews everywhere, Vettori's been saying, I won that first fight. You know, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to beat him even more decisively now. He's like, I don't know how they scored it a split decision in his favor when I won the fight. Marvin's going hard. I rewatched that fight yesterday. Israel obviously wins round 1. Israel obviously wins round 2. Marvin took him down in the third round and didn't really do much with it, but that's all that happened in the third was that takedown. So, okay, he won the third round. So I don't know where the confusion's coming. Israel definitely won first and second round, so he won the fight. I think Marvin's going to be very wrestling heavy this round, or this time around. I think.
You saw what Jan did to Izzy, wrestled him. You saw what Marvin did to
Kevin Holland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if that's your strategy to win, go for it, dude. I see Izzy beating him up though. I see him getting a knockout in the second round, just like he did Paulo. You know?
Yeah. I think something happens with Izzy, man, and he's getting better at it. That people talk shit like, "Oh, his fight against Yoel, nothing happened." I think Yoel was the only one who messed up, but Yoel, Paulo, and Jan all had the same game plan. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just speculating, but I think all three of them had the same game plan of I'm going to fight defensively and technically, so that even though I'm defensive, I'm going to eat some shots, I'm going to catch him with the better shots. With Yoel, it just ended up being too slow. With Paulo, he just got fucked up in there. Jan did it right. He played very defensively. He had incredible exchanges with Israel that even, up until I can't remember. I haven't watched it in a while. Up until the takedowns, it was a close fight. I don't think either one was necessarily pulling away, if I remember correctly. But then with the takedowns, it was like, all right, it's a definite win by Jan. I think that's what Marvin's going to do. Takedowns, defense. Their first fight was, anyone who rushes Israel, so like Derek Brunson gets fucked up. Anderson, I mean, that one I don't even really want to count or consider. Robert Whitaker tried to stand and go quick with him, got fucked up. Kevin Gastelum, still don't know how that fight went the way it did, but Israel eventually fucked him up. I think Marvin's going to try his wrestling. He's going to try to be defensive and land big strikes when he can. Israel's, of course, going to do exactly what he always does, is pick him apart, leg kicks, his question mark kick to the head, his jabs, his weird strikes. I just hope he's been working on his takedown defense. That's literally going to be the big thing. Striking, no matter what Israel's winning, just can the last style bender defend the takedowns? That's the big question.
I agree. But yeah, like I said, dude, I feel like Izzy's going to get the knockout on this.
Yeah. I agree. And I'd like him to.
He needs to, just because coming off a fucking loss that can fuck with somebody's head, but he didn't lose via submission or knockout. He lost by decision.
Yeah.
So
I think a knockout would be nice. Remind the people why. And I used to say it, especially in our videos, watching him at middleweight. I was like, he can very well go down as like top 3 greatest of all time. Like you don't need to be champ status to do that. That's hard. 185 to 205. You know, Jan probably came into that fight above 220. You know, it's like that's
For sure.
yeah. It's you don't have to be champ to be greatest of all time. Mighty Mouse isn't. George St. Pierre, not simultaneous champ. Anderson Silva, John Jones, Khabib Nurmagomedov, but I think this, if he came in here and knocked out Vettori, it'd be a nice reminder of like, hey, I still got this. You know, I didn't beat Paolo off luck. I didn't beat Whitaker off luck, et cetera, et cetera. I just think it's weird. Like, I guess everybody was booked up, but like, I would have liked to see Marvin Vettori versus, you know, I mean, who's top 2 is Paolo and
Whitaker.
Robert Whitaker. Yeah. And like Whitaker, Paolo pulled out of his Jared Cannonier fight. What the fuck's Whitaker doing? He has a fight announced, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't. He was supposed to fight Izzy, but he wanted a later date.
And so they just gave it to Vettori instead, which is like, all right, I guess. I mean, yeah, Vittori's doing good. Like his fight with Jack Hermanson was fucking incredible. It was a brawl the entire time. It was great. And then like the Kevin Holland one, okay, once one person beat Kevin Holland with wrestling, it kind of everybody figured out what to do. But before that, like, I mean, I just would have liked against either Paolo, maybe a Jared Cannonier, but like I don't know what he's ranked right now, or Whitaker. It would have been nice. But you know, the way once Izzy just beats everybody, he gets to the point where he can just kind of hop around. I know he wanted he was supposed to fight Darren Till at one point. Vettori was supposed to.
Yep, and then Holland jumped in because Till broke the collarbone or something like that. But, no,
yeah.
Dude, these fights are gonna be fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You never said who you got in this last fight.
Oh, Izzy, 100%.
100% Izzy. So let's run through this real quick here. I have Izzy. You have Izzy. You have Davison. I have Brandon. We both have Leon. We both have Bilal. And then we were split at the end. Yeah?
Yes, sir. Sounds about right.
Perfect. Yo, like, it sucks I'm going to miss these fights, but I will rewatch them. It will be a good sign.
That's where it counts. The fact that you're going to rewatch it.
Exactly. Or just watch the highlights. Who knows?
Exactly.
We'll see.
Yeah, whatever you got to do. I'll be watching live Saturday after I get off work. Can't wait. But yeah, man, hopefully I think we're definitely in for an incredible night of fights. Even the prelims had I literally just pulled away from it, but the prelims had some good fucking fights. Drew Dober is fighting. That he's always exciting. I mean, since I think his last fight was Islam Makhachev. Right. And then there's another really good fight on the prelims. Eric, your boy Anders, and Darren the Dentist Stewart. I'm exaggerating by really good fight, but they'll be fun to watch. Early prelims, Chase Hooper. Let's see if the boy can come back after after his last. I think he won his last fight, but the one before that where he got fucked up. Good night of fights, man. Good night of fights. Last weekend was meh. It was meh. You know what I'm saying? Augusto Sakai and yeah, I know. Augusto Sakai and Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Meh. Whatever. But yeah, super excited for this one, man. Thank you guys for watching. We always appreciate it. You know what to do with the likes, the comments, the subscribes. Share it to your friends, and hopefully you guys are watching Saturday night as well. We'll see you next time.